Good evening from London. The FTSE 100 had a modest start to the week's trading ahead of US inflation figures, which are due out on Wednesday. Elsewhere, travel and leisure stocks were the biggest risers at early trade due to fading fears over the effects of the Omicron variant. Shares in the British Airways owner IAG were up 2.4%. Rolls-Royce has announced the highest sales in its 117-year history to a record 5,586 motor cars sold in 2021. This is 49% higher than the previous year. Bosses at the BMW-owned firm said there was a high demand for all models, particularly the Ghost and the Cullinan. Rolls-Royce proclaims itself the undisputed leader in the super luxury segment for cars, priced over £250,000. More than 500,000 new shoppers turned to Aldi for their festive shopping during the Christmas period, according to the latest trade update released by the discount retailer. The UK's fifth largest supermarket chain said sales in December rose by 0.4% compared to the previous year. The German firm's continued threat to larger supermarkets has prompted both Tesco and Sainsbury's to launch an Aldi price match scheme to benchmark some produce against the discounter. Sri Lanka has asked China to help it deal with its rising debt by restructuring its debt payments. The request was made yesterday during a meeting between President Gotabaya Rajapaksa and Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi. Sri Lanka has borrowed more than $5 billion from China over the past decade for various infrastructure projects, which have been criticized by some observers as being unnecessary. China is Sri Lanka's fourth biggest lender, behind international financial markets, the Asian Development Bank and Japan. The country is due to repay $4.5 billion in debt this year, starting with a $500 million international sovereign bond, which matures next week. Those are your main stories from London at close of business.